Good afternoon, I am Precious Mzea Sakaleji. Welcome to Camnet TV Midday News. The headlines. LUSAKA couple assault each other over a 20 kwacha. Slow pace of the NRC issuance exercise annoys CHUNGA residents. And forcefully quarantined workers released by Chinese non-ferrous metal mining company. Details coming through after this.
NON-FERROUS is here. We have you all covered with just 150 kwacha. You can advertise every day from 17 hours to 18 hours. For a 30-second ad, get the benefit of selling your products and services on NON-FERROUS. For more details, call our marketing department on +260 953 995099 +260 962 444-726 or +260 971 177 467. Email us on info@camnettvafrica.com. Terms and conditions apply.
And now the media news in detail. A couple of LUSAKA's Kanyama compound have assaulted each other over 20 kwacha. Friday Nyambe Hambili explains that her husband, Ernest Hambili, has been beating her over a period of time whenever she reminds him of the provision of food for the family. The couple, which has been married for 14 years now, is said to have been fighting whenever they pick up a small misunderstanding. Details in the following report.
Times are hard. The economy is biting. And this is everywhere one goes across the country. The economic challenges have now entered into people's homes and the unlucky marriages are folding. Not long ago, a man of LUSAKA recently abandoned his wife who gave birth to triplets on account that he can't manage to take care of his children due to poverty. Now, the latest is a couple of LUSAKA's Kanyama compound who have assaulted each other over a meager 20 kwacha. Wife to the man, Friday Nyambe Hambili, explains the source of their fights.
Kuti tifike pakugwirana patupinkani nayambira mazo pali 20 kwacha. Iyo 20 kwacha vananipasa kuti nyachani isungi. Na bwana inyamula 20 kwacha nayo ku market. Ndiyo amene nagula ya 20 kwacha iyo vananuza ati after abadya nsimanamuza ati kuli benjio zamene zasala na tandio zachita bwanji zasira nendo kula chicken ya 14 kwacha. Na kula mwana mana cha 5 kwacha. Abanapo nchosala wedwa kwati suzi ba budget ndiwe chipuwa benzeru. Na pani munani kwatira bolfika this time nganoona kuti ni benzeru kuti ndine chikwasinzi bopanga budget. Panapo kamba banza kwa mapanga budget muli 5 kwacha. I 20 kwacha ungaidye muli almost 4 days. Na kama ati ndrama amene mushitaba ine mukabate konse ndrama ni ngono maningi. Ukafika ku market ibabisa mutu.
It seems Mr. Hambili is in a habit of only leaving a 20 kwacha for the entire family budget.
Mailo food. Natenga 20 kwacha nzi banani sira. Naenda nayo ku market naona time nasaba bana balira njara ndiye mwena nyamkulenda ku market. Before nikalipoenda ku market nabauza. Mbemba kwa ndrama ya safu bananipasa 5 kwacha ya safu. 5 kwacha wanatenga utiba kwelele. Naenda ku market nina gula ndiyo na bwela na mopika. Pamene banabwela manange na mnyumba. Naye kwanza kwa naenda sinaende bwino ndrama na good so much. So moja mkabo muli 25 kwacha. So usanganze pamoja na chani na ndrama amene uli na nata ndrama ya amene nina na chitabwanji ne. Na sevensa kugula njiyo. Ndiye problem amene yani uli na heavy. Sunga niyembekeza kuti ni bwina. Tona ni time ya chitabwanji. Time yaenda bana funika kudya.
She passionately explains that her husband never buys her any clothes, including underwears.
Kuchoka mwina kwatiliwa mulibe mtende bavoma so mulinkezi bakamba na girlfriend nawo mvera. Ukakamba kwati nangandiwe mkazi pamene ulili hapo. So da chamene niyo pako chikulo muna kumenya. Kwa chilambo kunimenya.
Bati mwanga yokonda muna bana.
Nenzo bakonda bati vichitidwe. Hapa nale nenzo bakonda bati kunimenya kwa mama nimenya. Ndiye kwestigulizana na bebe. Na kusabu nigulira bo sometimes so zapika bo vara vosi nikupempelera.
This explanation was in the presence of Mr. Hambili, who at the time was still nursing a bloody face after being given a beating of his life by his emotionally charged wife.
Awe danda uranga mwana ili mdala. Nizofuna upempa cheuti. Kankari doane tinkara. Sikanomo. Suna ruvyanye suna chose mao aburo pinda mukafutia. Jamaona. Yeye wanuza mao yaso uzani paya. Mairo basaka pesa ndiwe chitumbi tankara maezi yangati nawe muntu. Pauti lero ni mungani zile kwa mpaya. Kunyumba kulibana kuti. Kawe nasakira mwana akandara maona hapa mwene ili niyo kosa tiye tikasebenzese as usual kudya nsima sinyama yoka waenda kuja wagulako chiwabwa cha 5 wagulako na tonshaba bana bazazi bazashita enjoy.
In the end, this report engineered a reconciliation between this couple, and from the look of things, the words could have sunk in the mind of the man who took a step to hug his wife with some whispering words of, "I'm sorry." In all this, it is clear that poverty has become deep-rooted in the lives of many in Zambia. Kalan Muchima reporting for Camnet News in Lusaka.
In other news, the United Teachers Union of Zambia has called for the opening of negotiations for improved condition of service for teachers, among them salaries. Union Executive President Paul Chipimo says this is the best reward government can give the teachers as they commemorate their day on the 5th of October 2020. Collective bargaining for condition of service for teachers is usually done in December, but Mr. Chipimo says there is no need to wait for December to improve teachers' conditions of service. Every year, teachers celebrate their achievement on the 5th of October. Details in the following report.
The United Teachers Union of Zambia calls for opening of negotiations for improved salaries and conditions of service for teachers. This is the best award government can give to teachers on this year's World Teachers Day, which falls on 5th October 2020. There is no need to wait to December 2020. COVID-19 cases are low, Parliament is open, and the budget was presented. There is an urgent need to speed up this process in order to address some of the challenges the teachers are facing. Happy World Teachers Day.
Residents of Lusaka's Chunga township have bemoaned the slow pace at which the national registration officers are issuing NRSCs under Phase 2 of the mobile national registration exercise. Some guardians and parents spoken to have told Camnet TV News that they arrived at Nelson Mandela School as early as 06 hours, and by 16:30 hours there was no hope that they would be attended to. By broadcast time, the center was characterized by long queues. Yesterday marked 2 weeks since the second phase commenced in Lusaka, Southern and Central Province.
The issuance of national registration cards through the mobile national issuance has continued to raise debate as a result of what people are calling the slow pace of issuance of this important document. In the second phase, Lusaka, Southern and Central provinces commenced this process 2 weeks ago. With that said, Chunga residents in Lusaka are saddened at the pace at which the NRCs are being given. The people spoken to say they have spent close to 8 hours on the queue without being attended to. Sharon Kalimbula, Camnet News, Lusaka.
Swift intervention by Roan Member of Parliament Joseph Chisala and Luansha Mayor Nathan Chanda has seen the release of several workers who were forcefully quarantined by China NON-FERROUS metal mining company in Luansha. The workers went into forced quarantine 5 months ago as the company was trying to curb the spread of the coronavirus. The workers were released on Saturday after combined efforts by stakeholders who include the Ministry of Labour officials led by Permanent Secretary Chanda Kazia. When the officials arrived at the company, most Chinese workers boarded the premises, leaving it deserted. The PS later released all the workers and has called for a meeting with management at the company on 5th of October 2020 to understand the idea behind locking up people for such a long time.
The abuse of Zambians by Chinese nationals is not reducing, especially with the COVID-19 pandemic, an outbreak that took time for people to understand its intricacies. The fear of contracting the disease, most Chinese companies resolved to locking their workforce in the warehouse until the pandemic was contained. This meant that workers would stay for months without seeing their families. Some time back, it was Sinoma Cement in Lusaka South where it was reported that workers were locked up for fear of spreading the COVID-19. COVID-19. This time around, it was CNMC Luansha Copper Mines, a Chinese mining company, that had its workers locked up for at least 5 months. But much to their plea, Ron Member of Parliament intervened by engaging the Ministry of Labour, and before that he asked the Vice President directly before the floor of Parliament. It was until then that the ministry decided to act and release the workers yesterday. Labour Permanent Secretary Jan Dakazia urged the company to follow the labour laws in this country. The workers left in jubilation with renewed hope for better working conditions. Sharon Kalimbula, Camnet News, Lusaka.
That news item brings us to the end of Camnet TV Midday News, but before we go, let's take a look at the headlines once again. LUSAKA couple assault each other over 20 kwacha. Slow pace of the NRC issuance exercise annoys CHUNGA residents, and forcefully quarantined workers released by Chinese non-ferrous metal mining company. Well, that is all. Thank you for joining me on Camnet TV Midday News. Make sure you make a date with us this evening on our main news bulletin desk at 19:30. Connect with us on social media, Facebook Camnet TV and Instagram Camnet TV Africa. I am Precious Mzeya Sakaleji. Good afternoon.